And I watch after points a lot to kind of get a feel or an idea of, you know, the level of emotion that you guys get to when you score. And one of these days, I want to sign a photographer just to focus you on your face.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Are your facial muscles sore after a match? I mean, Miss, you were like, it's crazy. I'm using that tomorrow. It's like,
Yeah.
you show so much emotion.
Yeah,
And I've seen a lot of it in 40-some years, but you really show a lot of emotion.
yeah.
And how do you all of a sudden then let go of it and refocus so fast?
It's the way I played the game. It's the way I've always played the game. I love volleyball more than anything and anyone.
Whoa.
And
Wow, of course.
and
Not parents' night or anything.
and
Oh my God.
and so just like celebrating those points is like the best part of the game to me.
Well, in that fourth set, I'd have to go back. I tweeted it, but I think you were good for 7 of the first 8 points, and there was a run there. I mean, you had 4 or 5 kills in a row. You had a couple of what I'll call sloppy shots that scored. At that point, did you feel like, you know what, this set is going to be ours? And I mean, your back's to the wall at that point. And do you feel like at times, you know, you feel like you have a set, and is that something that inspires you to say, you know what, let me touch the ball on every possession and see if I can do something?
You know, every time that I get a kill, like I think or every time that I get the ball, like I want to install confidence in my teammates, and that comes from like staying aggressive and like getting the kill. And so basically when I am up there, I'm just like, I'm gonna get this kill for Ashley, or I'm gonna get this ball for Kayla, just like whoever is like helping throughout the play, I'm gonna get this point for a teammate.
Timarie, I'm assuming that's a career high. One off. 18 kills, and you had some key ones. There were, of those 18, there were probably 5 or 6 I can go back that were at do or die moments that, you know, you and C needed a point. Do you feel like you are at a high in terms of contribution overall?
It means a lot to me that my setter like trusts me, you know, like when it's down to those close wires that, you know, she trusts, if she feeds me the ball, that like I have a confidence, my team has a confidence in me, and that I can put the ball away, so it feels good.
Were you hurt early in camp or no? No?
Yeah, I had a little shoulder
Did you?
injury, but
It's no longer?
yeah, Kyle healed me right up. He's a miracle worker.
And I'm looking at stats here, and I mean, I could go on and on all night about what Ashley brings to the floor. I mean, she had 7 kills tonight too, which with only 2 errors. She had 14 digs. And of course, the digs are so spread out. McKenna had 25. Some of these are high because it's a 5-set match. But here, Taylor 15, Guthrie 14, Lockey 16, and Nymeyer 16. A lot of people dropped back tonight. Was it kind of a plan, maybe more than last night, to protect that back row and get to that ball a little more than last night? Was it a concerted effort that way, or just?
Well, the game plan was a little bit different because they did run a different offense.
Right.
But as compared to last night, we were in a bit different defense, but we were more in our usual defense. Last night was kind of the funky defense.
Oh, okay. Talk about, I know it's only the 2nd match of the season, but nobody wants to go into the season or go on, take on CSU at 0-2. I mean, and I'm sure that you guys are told not to look ahead, look behind, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that thought you'd be 2-0. And, you know, and I'll give St. Mary's credit, but they lost in 3 tonight, but I don't give them credit. They're probably better than I thought they were, but I still don't think they're a team they're still a team that won 6 matches last year. So to get this one really is almost a sigh of relief, is it?
I mean, every game's a new game. Like, I don't think we ever go into a match thinking, oh, they're easy, or oh, they're, you know,
Right.
Every game's a fresh game, a fresh start, so we just take on every match the same way. You know, obviously, they go different ways, but if you, like, have a fresh mindset every time, it really helps.
North Dakota State does a lot of things at the net, and their outsides are their biggest strength, and they obviously relied on them tonight. And I was reading, they actually gave CSU a pretty good battle in two sets last night. So to beat them, despite it was 5, whatever, does that give you whatever level of confidence that you need going into Tuesday?
I think I think that, yeah, it definitely does. I mean, winning your first home match in 5 in a battle like that, that just installs so much confidence in you, and we couldn't be more excited to play CSU. It's always a fun game, and yeah, we like to be at home when we're playing them too.
Let me look here, because okay, you had 76 attacks. Does your right arm get tired?
My right arm doesn't get tired, but I've been in a boot for like 3 months now. And
In a what?
In a boot, like my foot.
On your foot?
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't.
I need one.
Yeah.
On your left foot?
Yeah. So that kind of gets sore sometimes, but.
An ankle thing, or?
A navicular bone thing, a foot fracture thing.
Wow. What about fingertips, guys? I know your fingers can take a beating. You know, people don't realize it. And when you're going up on something and it's hitting more it's pushing fingers back. How sore are your fingers after a 5-match set like that?
We train 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. We're used to it by now.
But your fingers have to. There's got to be times when you touch your fingertips and feel a tinge of soreness.
Sometimes they get real jammed.
They get more jammed than like actual like the pads of your fingers.
Well, and 14 block assists tonight, which, you know, like I say,
Wow.
the numbers are spread out amongst everybody. You know, Natalia King is asserting herself, and I think the better she gets, it's going to show in this team. Because I think this team, even though it's only 2 matches, still is learning how to get on a roll. You know, and get that 9-0, 10-0, 11-0 run that, you know, kind of buries somebody. But I think that's not going to come until Natalia King and Clone gets more into a rhythm, and I think it'll help when you get O'Neill back, especially, you know, from a defensive standpoint. Do you feel like this team is kind of surging or looking forward to have one of those runs that really doesn't let you relax, but at least gives you a chance to feel like you've got momentum?
Yeah, those runs are always nice to have. You want to continue the same mindset and to not like step off the gas at all, but those runs do give you that confidence to keep making the aggressive plays.